Good morning. Welcome to the Committee on Land Use. Please, at this time, do not have any electronics. Please silence all electronics, I should say. And do not approach the dais. Please do not approach the dais at this time. If you have any questions, please contact a sergeant at arms. Chair, you may begin.
All right, good afternoon and welcome to the Committee on Land Use. I am Councilman Rafael Salamanca, chair of this committee. I would like to welcome my esteemed colleagues who have joined us today. We've been joined by Councilman Momoya, Chair Riley, Brooke Powers, Abreu, Majority Leader Farias, Chair Hanks, Hudson, Sanchez, and Borelli. Today we will vote on a number of items recommended to us by our zoning and landmark subcommittee, and I would like to thank Chair Riley and Chair Hanks for their work leading those two subcommittees. Today we will vote to approve LUs 35 and 36 for the East Tremont Cluster NCP project related to property located in Councilmember Felice's district in the Bronx. The proposal includes a UDAP designation, project approval, and related disposition approval, along with an Article 11 tax exemption request. Together, these actions will facilitate the development of 3 new buildings with approximately 64 affordable housing units, including 20 affordable units for seniors. We will also vote to approve LUs 41, 42, 43, 46, and 47 for the 431 10th Street redevelopment proposal related to property in Councilmember Aviles' district in Brooklyn. The project includes 5 land use actions, including a zoning map change from R6A to R73, with a C2-4 commercial overlay. A zoning text amendment to establish MIH areas on the sites. 2 zoning special permits to allow for modifications of the underlying bulk and parking requirements, and a property tax exemption request. Together, these actions will facilitate the creation of approximately 305 new units, including 162 affordable units, the preservation of an existing building with existing rent-stabilized units, and a ground floor commercial space and new open space on the site. We will also vote to approve LUs 51, 52, and 62 for the Melrose Concourse NCP project related to property in Councilmember Stevens' district in the Bronx. The proposal includes a UDAP designation, project approval, and a related disposition, an acquisition action for a portion of one of the project sites, an Article 11 tax exemption request. These actions will facilitate the development of 3 new buildings with approximately 71 affordable units, including 23 affordable senior units. We will also vote to approve LUs 53 and 54 for the Genesis MPLP project related to property in Councilmember Salam's district in Manhattan. The proposal would include a UDAP designation, project approval, and related disposition, and an Article 11 property tax exemption request. These actions will facilitate the rehabilitation and preservation of 8 buildings with approximately 85 affordable units. We will also vote to approve LUs 57 for the citywide gaming facility tax amendment. This proposed tax amendment would allow applicants to submit development proposals for casino use in New York City with the state's review framework, which establishes a local review process for site plan approval. As Chair Riley noted at the subcommittee, I want to reiterate that we are not voting on any specific proposal in any specific location. We are only providing applicants the ability, through tailored zoning text, to compete for one of the maximum 3 downstate gaming licenses. We will also vote to approve LUs 58 for the 41 Richard Street application concerning property located in Councilmember Aviles' district in Brooklyn. The application consists of a zoning map amendment to change an existing M1-1 district to an M1-5 district and would facilitate the development of a new 8-story mixed-use industrial commercial building. We will also vote to approve LU 61 for the 80-01 Broadway commercial overlay proposal related to property in Councilmember Krishnan's district in Queens. The application consists of a zoning map amendment to legalize existing commercial use along an active commercial corridor along Broadway. Finally, we will also vote to approve LU 63, the disposition of property located at 97-22 Creekskill Place in Councilmember Williams' district in Queens. Under this application, the Department of Citywide Administrative Services seeks disposition approval of a city-owned property currently under jurisdiction of the New York City Department of Sanitation. I would now like to recognize any of my colleagues who wish to make comments or have questions. I will now recognize Councilmember Aviles.
I just didn't hear you mention them, so, okay. Okay, great, thank you. Thank you, Chair, so much for the opportunity to address the members and the public. So I'm Councilmember Alexa Aviles, representing District 38, a district which recently expanded to include the area where the project 341 10th Street and Park Slope is located. As we are all very aware, our city is experiencing a housing crisis. And I'm pleased to support this project that will not only create much needed housing, but that will provide a majority of that housing at a deeply affordable rate. There are many wins for our community in this project, which includes 2 new buildings, as well as the preservation and rehabilitation of one of the most important existing affordable housing buildings in Park Slope. On 9th Street, Stellar has committed to the building a 100% deeply affordable building for seniors and families under HPD's Sarah and Ella term sheets, with all 100 units at or below 50% of AMI. On 10th Street, a new mixed income building under MIH. It will bring an additional 17 deeply affordable units at 50% of AMI, with 4 at 70% of AMI, along with an additional higher income affordable units and market rate unit mix. Together, the 2 buildings will create 305 new dwelling units, of which 162 will be permanently income restricted. In addition to the new units created, 154 units will be preserved in the existing building in this development through an Article 11 regulatory agreement, which will provide various other benefits to these tenants, including significant capital improvements and renovations. Due to the complex conditions at this site, which involved building over a capped MTA subway tracks and unique benefits of the full package, including the preservation of existing affordable housing and the construction of a new 100% deeply affordable building, I am reluctantly agreeing to allow the MIH workforce option to apply to the 10th Street building. However, I am proud to announce that through our negotiations, Stellar has committed to providing significantly deeply affordable units in the building, as I mentioned before, at 50% and 70% AMI, which is over and above the workforce requirements. Altogether, this package of new construction and preservation of permanently affordable units will provide critically needed housing for those in our community. And finally, this project will bring improvements not only for existing and new residents, but the plan includes an activation of ground floor retail along the 9th Street, an enhancement of a long-awaited public outdoor space. The application team, Stellar, has worked with 3 different council members to land where we are today. At each iteration, we've increased the affordability of the units, and I would like to thank the team for their diligence and effort on this project. But I must also thank the tenants of 341 themselves and many long-standing residents of the community and the Fifth Avenue Committee. I look forward to continuing to be involved in this development and until all agreements are fulfilled, and we will see these much needed housing come to fruition. Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to comment on the application for 41 Richard Street. This application we are in wholehearted support of, and while it is the application is asked for rezoning from an M11 to an M15, while this applicant and property is not in the IBZ, the property owner is deeply committed to industrial manufacturing, of which we are very pleased, and worked very diligently over a long period of time with the community to be responsive to our commitments for industrial manufacturing, and in fact is building a building that is going to be really centering those needs in our community. So I just want to thank Mr. Tempakis for being so responsive to the community needs, to the Southwest Brooklyn Industrial Corporation for being a thought partner on the project and making sure that our needs and our M zone are held center here, and that we continue to promote economic development and industrial business, industrial manufacturing land and building for that purpose. So we are in support of 41 Richard Street. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Council Member. Are there any other members in the panel that wish to speak or ask questions? All right, seeing none, I now call for a vote with support of the local members to approve LUs 35, 36, 41, 42, 43, 46, and 47, 51, 52, and 62, 53 and 54, 57, 58, 61, and 63. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Good afternoon, William Martin, Committee Clerk. Roll call vote, Committee on Land Use. All items are coupled. Chair Salamanca.
Aye and all. And congratulations, Councilmember Aviles.
Moya.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Riley. Abreu.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Brooks Powers.
Aye on all. Congratulations to those who have projects being approved.
Farias.
I vote aye on all.
Hanks.
Aye on all.
Hudson.
Permission to explain my vote?
Councilmember Hudson to explain her vote.
Thank you. I am an aye on all, and just want to be specific for the gaming facility text amendment, that this vote is not an endorsement for casinos, but rather it's a vote to allow the state's community advisory committee process to take place. As there's no application in my district, I vote aye. Thank you.
Thank you. Sanchez.
I vote aye on all with the exception of land use number 57, on which I abstain.
Thank you. Borelli.
Aye.
With a vote of 10 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, all items are adopted, with land use item 57 being adopted with a vote of 9 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 1 abstention.
Thank you. That concludes today's business. I would like to thank the members of the public, my colleagues, land use, and our council staff, and the Sergeant at Arms for attending today's meeting. This meeting is hereby adjourned.